Good day traders, this is Master FX Shifu from the Universal Forex Dojo. Before we get started, I'd like to show you guys how our crazy wushu toolbox works. Now for the purpose of this video, I will use one of our signals sent out on the 2nd of August 2022 right here. Firstly, you'll choose which mode you'll be operating in between the aggressive, standard and hedge mode. Now the difference between these modes is simply how they exit and partial the trades. The most recommended one is ideally the standard mode, which we use all throughout. You will then input your entry price, the stop loss, and the risk that you'd like to risk. Now you will then choose whether you'll use market order, pending order, or limit order. Now the most recommended one here is the pending order, which is what I'll be using. Then you click start and that's it. The wushu will then do the following. It'll wait for price to get into your SL range and place a stop order. In the setup, that's at price 0.83903. Now if you've been following us long enough, you'd know we always use stop orders. We allow the trade to catch us in our direction. The trade then triggered at 0.83865 with a stop loss at 0.83935. Then the trade went on to hit 1R at 0.83796, whereby the wushu moved the stop to break even. The trade then went on to hit 2R at 0.83726. This is where the wushu closed 50% of the setup, securing the amount risked on the trade and also moving the stop to 1R. Once price hit 3R at 83645, the wushu moved the stop to 2R and then keeps on waiting. Now at 4R at 0.83577, the wushu then moves the stop to 3R. Now this is where the trade retraced back to 3R, where the wushu closed the remaining 50% of the trade, securing a further 0.75% if you risked 0.5% of the trade. Now this entire trade and management took an entire 5 hours and 40 minutes. Now with the wushu toolbox, it is a plug and forget tool. You don't have to keep coming in or keep checking up on your charts. Happy trading, guys. Let's get started, traders. So yesterday we had USD and gold setups that were done on the live actually. And USD never really came back into the zone. It literally just left. And this is a trade from 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. So today we're just gonna erase the whole setup and potentially try and see if we can't find anything in the day. And gold did trigger. Gold triggered, dropping down gradually. So I think most of you guys should still be holding. But now some actually did get kicked out at the zone over here, which was a bit of a bummer, but it does happen to the best of us. And yeah, there's not really much you can do. Okay, and those that are still holding, then I'm assuming at 2R you did close half, which is beautiful. And then now we still have, you have your stop loss at 1R, and which was around somewhere here. So if you did move it there, then definitely you got kicked out as well in this region. So for now, I'm just gonna remove, or rather just mark it as a closed trade, because majority either got kicked out at this point. It didn't touch the entry, but majority probably did get kicked out here, or of course at the 1R zone over here. So that is just one of those setups that really do work out like that. There wasn't really much volume in there, not much volatility. So it is one of those specific trades. And then moving forward, just gonna save that. Moving forward, based on today's votings, we do have gold, always number one, gold. And then we've got USD Swiss franc. And then we've got GJ. Okay. Gold, USD Swiss franc, and GJ. Okay, beautiful. So with gold, I'm just gonna actually drop into the lower time frames. Before I do that, let me just move this a bit to the right. Move the marking, and then remove this as well. Okay, before I get into the daily, actually, mark that. Let's see. So we've got that nice, beautiful win over there. Now, based off the daily, and just taking a look at what really happened here. Just move that, close as well. Okay, I don't know, I'm getting so many notifications now. I'll switch that off later. But based off just looking at this region over here, which is how I got to this setup here yesterday. But based off today, there's this massive imbalance that I'm looking at. And I think if I had gotten a break of this region, I'd have probably started going long again here, going up to the upside. But now it's still turned here, creating equal highs over there. This is of the daily, by the way. So let's see how we'd look at the 4 hour based off of that. So actually, let me just do this. Let me just give you guys a little example. So just off this alone, we can start assuming that it is going to go into this region over here. So let me just mark that imbalance. It's going to mark it quickly. And then I'm going to go into the lower time frames. Just look at it from a higher time frame perspective. That was one of the reasons why I expected it to tank from here, potentially heading to these lows over here or here. But there's also a nice decent area to work with. We're still looking at this area here, which is pretty good as well. And let's see how it works from there. On the hourly, this is where we are. Remember the overall idea of where we think price is going to go, taking these lows as well. So if you potentially just take a look at this area here, we could find a decent move in there to the downside, of course. I don't think there's much room at the top for price to go back, and this we're talking about these highs here, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I'm potentially looking at this low here. Okay, let's take a look at the 15. Nothing decent over there. Go even lower. Okay. I'm gonna mark this area here. I'm gonna go even lower. Hopefully we can find something inside of here that we can use. Okay, there we go. That's where we found that. And then that's where it turned, hitting this OB over here. See something happening here. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this for now. And then I'm gonna go deeper into price in this region and just see what I'm missing. Okay. So ideally, this is what I'll look at. This is exactly what I'll look at. I'm just going to move that into that region over there and then have that marker there. And then go back into the 15 and hourly. And then targeting, sorry about that, this massive imbalance here at the top. And I think I'd wait for price to break the zone first with our stop right here at the top. And if you want to be a bit modest, you can put it up here as well. But I think this one is more than decent. And we'll expect price to drop from there. So this is how we'll be approaching gold today. Okay. So let me just move it like that. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting gold to do today. And remember, it is a Friday after all, so do be careful. I think if you get to midway New York and there's still nothing, then you should actually consider not taking any more setups moving forward. Okay, and then moving forward again, USD Swiss franc and GJ. So, okay, did I save this one? I did. Okay. USD Swiss franc and GJ. So about that. Use this as Frank and GJ. You want this break at the bottom and then see tank from there. Okay, use this as Frank is also another of those pairs that tend to give me some good setups. Sometimes. So we'll see how that works today. I already saw something in that 15, but let's see what the daily has in store for us. Okay. There's some nice areas of liquidity here. Look at that as well. Nice imbalance here at the bottom. Ideally, we are bullish overall. We are probably targeting that high over there as well. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. I think we're most probably going to see price drop to this area. And of course, taking out these lows as well. Let's take a look at the hourly. We're currently in a range. Okay, I'm gonna go directly to the 15. And then we're gonna see something here. Definitely are. Grabbed all that liquidity at the top there. Massive downward momentum, taking out that low. So I think if you hop onto the lower time frames, we are most probably going to see a decent area to trade from. Okay, let's see how the 3-minute is looking. And even that's another decent area to work with. It is actually. We see this nice imbalance over there, on that imbalance and OB over there. And then of course this imbalance there, looking at that region there. I think that's actually how and where I will be targeting this one. Going for these levels here and potentially midway point somewhere here. So we should be looking at something along these ranges. If you do want to be careful, you can put your stop right above these equal highs here at the top, and then of course heading over to the bottom. And if you've got the wushu, then of course you don't have to worry about your targets. It'll manage them for you. Okay, so that's how I'll be approaching a USD Swiss franc. Okay. And then moving forward to GJ, which is the last setup that you guys want me to look at. Also starting with the daily, just trying to get an idea of what is happening. It's a bit untidy there for me. Look at that massive move down there. You see this high is holding. Definitely holding. Take a look at the 4 hour. We had this break over here. Even this one here. I left them. So actually from the beginning, look at this nice beautiful structure. Breakout structure, retracement into that OB. Breakout structure. We haven't had a retracement as yet. This is on the 4 hour. Most probably going to see price heading to this low over here. Now starting with this one first. That is an ideal point of view. Let's see how the 1 hour is looking. We're in a bit of a range here. We are bearish after all. We are bearish. So let's be careful of that. Okay, I see this area here, but now it's taking out that high. Let's see how the so there's still a bit of something happening here. Okay, so I think this is actually an ideal point to actually go to first, even though it took out this one first. Most probably are gonna see it hit to the top first. I don't know why. Let's see. Yeah, most probably. Okay, this one we're gonna ignore for now. Let's see how it goes in the day. See what it does to this high over here, and then if we're gonna get anything happening inside this region here. So until that happens, guys, we are gonna step aside. It is a Friday. Do keep that in mind, and I will check you guys on Monday. I'll be uploading as well, and then I'll take it from there. Happy trading, guys, and remember, check out our boot camp. Check out our signals, discounted to $29, and our Wushu toolbox. Happy trading, guys. Cheers.